Welcome, everybody. Salutations. How you doing? What's going on, everybody? It's Shawn Reinhardt here, Greenthought Podcast, inaugural episode. Thanks for being here. I am Shawn Reinhardt. What you're witnessing right now is the first episode of the Greenthought Podcast. Number one, just a little thing I've been thinking about for a while now. I'm thinking I want to get into it and try it, sitting here hanging out. About to get into some green thoughts. And if you're wondering what it is, what you got to do first is you got to have a little bit of green. And I'm talking about some weed. Everybody who's a smoker out there, get your pipes, get your bowls, get your blunts, get all of that. You know what I mean? Go ahead and smoke. Get yourself into a real nice place mentally. And then, we'll talk about a few things. What's on your mind? What's on my mind? You know what I mean? What's out here in the world? But first and foremost, we definitely want to spark up. I mean, it don't matter what you got. Preferably, it would be better if you had something good. Right now, I'm in San Diego, so I'm able to get something good. You know what I mean? Some lime green is like Z Skittles or whatever. I got it in a little small apparatus here. Grinded it up. You know what I mean? Real nice in the Ash Ketchum style. Pokeball right there. So everybody out there, when I'm talking your ear off. So That's what you really want to do. Take a deep inhale. Exhale all them problems out. All that bullshit. Settle yourself in for something good to talk about. If I'm being completely honest, this is like a new thing. I'm stepping out here for the first time, really trying it. So I'm wide open to all kinds of any little things you can chime in or throw in here or there. Anything you think will make the show a little bit better. Me personally, I'm just going to try to keep it light. Try to keep it loose, not get too deep into anything unless somebody needs something to be explained. If I had to start it out, who the fuck is this guy? If that's what you're probably asking yourself, who the fuck is this guy talking to me right now? What qualifies him? To be 100% honest with you, is literally just one camera, a microphone, a little bit of weed, the love of a beautiful woman, and it's got me here talking to you. That's all it takes. I don't know if you need exactly those ingredients to make it happen, but that's how I made it happen. So I've been doing stand-up comedy now, for at least 2 years out here in San Diego and listening to a lot of people and hearing a lot of, ideas. And I thought a podcast would be perfect. Give me a little bit of time to kind of just, talk some stuff through. Give my opinion. Some people be asking me about my opinions. You wouldn't believe that, but it is true. They want to know how I think about stuff. And I feel like this way everybody can come and get it together. Right here, the Green Thought Podcast, smoke a little bit, hang out. I got a notebook in front of me. There's nothing in the notebook right now. It's 2 things that I wrote down because I was told to write down 3 things. And I fucked that up off the muscle. I wrote down 2 things. The third thing was going to be, I can tell you what the third thing was going to be. Time kind of got close, and I had to, we wanted to get it started so we can get this going. But the third thing was going to be about the movie Interstellar, how much I like it. And the first 2 things seem real weird to say out loud now. It's who, first thing I was going to get across to y'all is who I am. Sound like I'm about to start selling you like a pyramid scheme, you know what I mean? Who I am and what I get down and how I can make your life better. There's going to be people who know me who I'm going to yo, I want you to listen to my podcast. So they're going to know who I am. But for people who don't know, like I said, doing stand-up comedy out here, San Diego. Try and make it happen, try and be in this entertainment thing a little bit, I guess, or I think it's fun. How I make money to like waste time doing this is I wait tables. I'm like I guess you would say I'm a waiter, a career waiter right now, like service industry participant and worker. Shout out to all the service industry people out there in all the forms. I'm talking about people who fucking sell you hot dogs at baseball games, all the way up to Alfred the Butler from fucking Batman. Like, service industry is a big thing. It's how you keep the world going. Like, if it wasn't for the service industry people, shit would really get weird really quickly. And, you know, I do that. I wait tables and whatnot. I moved out to San Diego recently. You know what I mean? Relatively recently. I've been out for 4 years or whatever. Before I moved out here, I was waiting tables and shit. Like, you know, you can get in a service industry job and really, like, flourish. Like, because people got to tip you. Like, you got to get tipped, you know what I mean? You got to put up with shit, though, which makes me feel like I'm, like, uniquely qualified to, I guess, you know, be out here on some entertainment kind of thing. You know what I mean? You got to put up with a lot of people's shit. Fuck that. Even when people give you shit, right? You got to be able to, like, judo that energy back to them, but in such a respectful way, which is, like, outside of a lot of people's character. Not saying that, you know, it's not outside of my character. It's that, like I said, I've just been doing it for so long. It's like, yo, I feel like that helps in this, like, foyer into trying to do something on, like, a podcast level. I'm really, like, torn because I'm thinking, like, you know, I'm talking, right? But the camera on too. So I'm finding myself like drifting back, like thinking like, okay. And I'm like, oh yeah, there's a visual component to this right now. I'm going to take a sip of some water. Or at least that's what I'm going to tell y'all. This in this cup is water. You know what? Shit. This is the Green Thought Podcast. Let's hit this bowl again. I mean, I'm talking a lot. Let's go ahead and hit the bowl. See what comes to me. Hold on. I feel like the dudes who make the Marvel movies is like, yo, I know who I am in this whole long backstory, but I gotta like do an origin story. Like, I don't have to do an origin story. I would just drop in and do hot takes on different, like, you know what I mean? For a second, I thought that was, I don't know if y'all can see this, but I thought it was a bug on the wall. I was going to say, it would have fucked me up if it was an actual bug. I'd have been like, oh, shit. Because that's not something that happens where we film this. There don't usually just be bugs on the wall. You know, I don't choose to think about the spiders that could be. I think about the spiders that I don't see. I don't see them, so I'm good with that. I'm like, okay, my name is Shawn Reinhardt. I'm from Baltimore. From East Baltimore stand up, obviously, all day long. Not that I got no disrespect for West Baltimore, but it's not daytime right now. I went to Dunbar High School, go ahead, Poets all day long. You know what I mean, 04 graduate. The Dunbar Poets is, if you don't know, if you didn't catch the 30 for 30, is a 30 for 30 about my high school. Because a bunch of dudes from Baltimore, obviously, went to my high school, played basketball. They was the shit. Dudes like Muggsy Bogues, David Wingate. Muggsy Bogues actually grew up in Lafayette Projects, where like my family is from. Shout out Lafayette Projects. I was down there a couple times. Yeah, with Dunbar Poets, it was super weird because the whole time I was in high school, it's like we got the lamest name, kinda. But the Dunbar athletics teams was the shit. Like basketball, we was the shit. Football, we was the shit. It's a small school, so you know we had baseball. Baseball, we wasn't really the shit that much. But our baseball coach used to play on the Orioles, man. He was, you know what I mean? Like, I guess our mascot was an owl. Yeah, he played for the Baltimore Orioles, which is the baseball team. For those who may not know, the Baltimore City has a major league MLB baseball team that's named after our state bird, which is like a small bird. It's orange and black. It's an Oreo, not to be confused with the tasty snack cookie. As you know, Oreos, which I know now I'm just saying it out loud. Now I'm thinking about it. It's like it sounds super similar. Mr. Gilbert, his name was Don Gilbert. He played for the Baltimore Orioles. He was our baseball coach. He was like a white dude in a majority black, like primarily, African American high school. But he was like unapologetically a white dude. Like he would wear like vests, like V-neck vests, and like he would have like his chest hair hanging out, and he would wear like busted shoes. Like his shoes would like, be noticeably talking, soul separating from the bottoms, like noticeably talking. Don't give a fuck. Like if I had to talk about early influences on not giving a fuck about, like, obviously he was a grown man and we was children, so he didn't give a fuck about but we said horrible, vicious stuff about Mr. Gilbert. Sometimes we didn't say nothing. We just openly laughed at him, like openly. But he was cool as shit. He loved it. I think he loved his job too. He was the history teacher. I went to Dunbar High School. I graduated in 2004. Then I went on to go to Bowie State University, which is a historically black college. I don't think people from California, San Diego, I don't know if y'all know anything about that. It's like back in the day when it was still taboo for black people to go to school, they had to like come together and make their own colleges. And it's like all up and down the East Coast. I think Bowie State I think Morgan is actually the most north HBCU. I don't think it'll go no higher than that. Oh, it'll go any higher than Maryland. So yeah, I went to Bowie State, which was, I guess, like a nursing school originally. Historically black school. I went there for 2 years. I studied video production and radio broadcasts, which I guess led me to kind of doing this, or at least being interested in trying to do it. And that's where I met the girl Ruth. Shout out to Ruth. She is, I think, running for some kind of school board seat in Toledo, Ohio. Ruth, if you hear this, shout out to her. And we was smoking weed and we was talking shit about random shit, but like in deep thought about it. And it was like, these is green thoughts. Like, and it was like definitely one or two specific thoughts like that I had and that she had, and it was like I would have never came to this conclusion if it wasn't for weed. So at this moment right now, I'm gonna grind up another bowl, just real quick, keep the party going. I think it's good to take frequent breaks when you're doing strenuous activity, anything that's gonna make you think or sweat. So many years later, she is probably going to be running for some kind of city council, and I'm sitting here smoking weed on camera for YouTube. So, just to show you how shit goes. You know what I mean? When you go to college. Going to college is a good thing overall for most people. We're getting hot communicating right now. Lincoln University? The truthful answers here. I just said that I speculated that Morgan, in Baltimore, Maryland, where I'm from, obviously, was the most northern HBCU, but now I'm finding out that it's actually Lincoln University in, what is this? Is it New Jersey? Is it New Jersey? Oh, it's in New Jersey. Is it not in New Jersey? I'm looking at it right here. Oh, is it in Delaware? Okay, so also, I don't know how to read maps. This is Pennsylvania. I had to zoom way out. Here come the bowl. Let's give, got sidetracked. Here come the bowl, though. I'm set up, but this thing is definitely way more for the look than it is for actual functionality. So if I had to, one of the things I want to do on this whole thing is reviews of things. That while this is awesome, this is dope to look at and have and show people, like in the field, it's probably not the best. It's the Pokemon grinder. Cheers. This weed is really nice, and it'll get you to where you're going. If I was going to talk about what happened today, went to the barbershop, right, for this, because I figured I had to do this whole, thing with the lights and being on camera and whatever. So went to the barbershop. On my way back from the barbershop, I'm walking past Vaughn's. And I see this lady who's kind of like struggling, like she's stumbling a little bit, right? So I'm like, damn, whatever. Some, day drinking. Some who don't day drink. Sometimes you day drink. Overall, she didn't look like she was like real bad or nothing like that. So I turn and I'm keeping walking or whatever. Then I hear some commotion, so I look back, and out of nowhere is this guy, right? And he's like, the lady's on the ground at this point, and this guy's like helping her up, and I'm like, that happened in a split second. Like, I turned this way and turned back, and then I thought to myself, dude, it's behind me at this point. It's this dude and this lady. Like, yo, do I stop at this point and go back? It's like a little patch of grass or whatever. And she had went down in the grass, and the dude was like trying to help her up or whatever. Or I don't know what he was trying to do. I was thinking, do I break my stride and go back? Like, in a social exchange, like, how much responsibility, like, do I go back? I was trying to get home because I knew that I had to do this later on, and I wanted to play the game for like at least an hour or two, just to kind of like, get myself into like getting ready to do this or smoke or whatever, make sure I had weed. But like, what would you have done? Did you go back? Like, if you see somebody fall down, do you go back and like, oh, you need help? Or do you be like, somebody will help them? Or is it like, oh, you're grown. Like, you can handle a fall, right? I don't know. That's what I would have talked about if it was today. And then I would have also maybe talked about Interstellar, because I like that movie a lot. Or True Romance, because this is another thing I want to do. I was thinking, like, everybody do movie reviews, right? Like, new movies and shit. Some people do, I guess, old movies too. But I think that, like, there's certain movies that's classics. Like, there's definitely classics that a bunch of people ain't see. And a bunch of people don't have time to see. Heat with De Niro and Pacino, right? So Heat is supposed to be a classic. I don't know nobody who saw it. Like, I've heard other people talk about it, older people talk about it, and those are two classic actors. So you want to see the movie, but some people ain't got time to see the movie. I got tons of time. I wait tables and I tell jokes at a nightclub at a mall late at night, like the Outlet shit. So I got mad time. So I also want to talk about movies like that, like Heat, like Lethal Weapon. Like, Lethal Weapon is a classic fucking movie. There's like 5 of them. It's like 10 Lethal Weapons, yo. And all of them is just, like, all the movies you like, they do fucking callbacks to this movie. And it's like, yo, and I've actually watched some of them shit, yo. It's like, yo, how would you like to watch a movie where the whole movie is like, yo, they did that in this? It's like, no, they got it from that movie. So, like, you might not have time to do that. I got time to do that. So, people can hear me. You can hear the lighter flick. I'm smoking. The thoughts is coming to you is green, or from a green place. And like, what that means, we'll go into all of that. This is like just the first episode. Make a connection with me. Would love for you to like and subscribe, because my face, I call this the money maker. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars with this face. You now get a chance to meet, I don't know if you can see my co-host. It's a cat. Come here. Maybe I can get it. Come here. She's not about this celebrity life. She got warrants. She trying to figure the table out. She know the carrot is up here. You might not even be able to see this cat. We're going to CGI a cat in here. Because we're going to get, the budget is going to be ridiculous. Do we have cat? We have cat. Boom, I told you. And this is the kind of thing that's going to be happening on the Green Thought podcast. We're going to have cats. We have weed. We're going to have hot takes on things you like. Political things, maybe. maybe, possibly, we have guests. I know a bunch of interesting people. Bring them to the camera. I know a bunch of interesting animals. Please like, subscribe, comment. You know what I mean? Holla at me. I'm gonna interact. You know, none of the ways in which or things you could comment or contact or like are up yet, but they will be once the video is on. That makes sense, right? Yeah. All right. So this is the Green Thought Podcast. Boom. Like and subscribe. This is a big thing in the internet world that we all live in. Mostly y'all, now me too. You want to like and subscribe this. This is the inaugural first episode. I'm getting sworn into the podcasting. I got the book right here. I got the pipe right here. This is the thing. You want to like and subscribe to the Green Thought Podcast. Gmail, maybe. Or Yahoo, possibly. Maybe Hotmail. Tell us where to go. You leave comments down below. It's a YouTube thing that I need to say. Make sure you comment and subscribe and like and say nice things or really poignant negative things. Let's do one more bowl and then I'm gonna let you go, man. I'm gonna get you out of here, man. How about that? This is the first one, man. Y'all like the mug? If you can see the mug, let me know if you like it. You know what I mean? And that's what we doing. All right. Peace. Shawn Reinhardt. I'm Shawn Reinhardt. Alanya Nasanas. How do I stop this thing?